Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the City Council meeting of October 19th, 2021. Notice of this meeting stating the date, the place, and the time has been disseminated as required under the Open Public Meetings Act, Chapter 231 PL 1975. In addition to the publishing of the annual meeting schedule, electronic notice was provided on October 15th of 2021 to the local source in the Star Ledger, noting that the meeting would be conducted through the Ring Central program and containing information on how to access the meeting. The same information was posted on the city's website, Linden TV, the bulletin board, and the front door of City Hall. Copies of the agenda, finance report, and personal reports are also posted on the city's website and then Linden TV for the public. This meeting is called to order. Mr. Clerk, please conduct a prayer and flag salute. After prayer and flags.
God of the universe, look thou with favor upon these here assembled, and bestow thy guidance upon the members of the governing body in their deliberations. This we ask in thy name. Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Note that members of the public who may be attending are on mute until the public hearing on ordinances or the public comment portion of the meeting. If you wish to be recognized, please use the raised hand icon in the program to identify yourself. You will then give your name and address as at any council meeting. Failure to do so will result in your being muted and not recognized further. If you are registered more than once, you will only be recognized to speak one time, and that's under your first registration as with any council meeting. When public comment is open, the ability to register will be closed. I need to have the roll call, please.
Mrs. Ormond?
Here.
Javik?
Here.
Caldwell?
Here.
Mohammed?
Present.
Cosby?
I'm here.
Roman?
I believe he's excused.
Blaine?
Here.
Medina?
Excused.
Hickey?
Here.
Yemekaitis?
Here.
Mr. Strano?
Here. I'm conducting tonight's meeting is, Michelle Yamakaitis, our council president, is she's has a bad cold. She will be back next month, and she is with us virtually. So thank you for that, council president. Mayor Armstead, at this time, I think you have some proclamations to be read.
Yes, Council President Pro Tem, thank you so much. Let me just preface my presentation by saying, that great cities just don't occur by happenstance. They occur through having hard workers and dedicated workers and dedicated volunteers. And this evening I'll be giving out, reading 3 proclamations about 3 such individuals. The first one will be read for Lois Bass. And if you'll indulge, I will give you the proclamation. The proclamation reads, whereas Lois Bass was born and raised in Michigan, she moved to Linden, New Jersey, where she settled down and raised her family. While raising her children, she earned her associate's degree in business management, graduating from Union County College in 2000, and was a Freeholder Scholar. And whereas Lois in 1999 joined Infinium USA LP as an administrative assistant and was promoted to community relations coordinator in 2008. In this role, she manages all the internal and external community outreach activities and services as an ambassador of Infinium. She leads the Community Advisory Panel, CAP, for the Bayway Complex Community Panel. She also coordinates the Junior Achievement Program for colleagues and is a member of the North Board for Junior Achievement of New Jersey. She provides professional support for the Emergency Response Organization and manufacturing units of the Bayway Chemical Plant, and in addition, serves as an administrator for the plant operational integrity management system. Her role requires the handling of all employee outreach activities, along with dealing with local government agencies, civic organizations, local school districts, colleges, and universities. She's an active volunteer in the community and spends many hours helping organizations like Habitat for Humanity, YWCA, American Cancer Society, American Heart Association, and Never Forget Thy Neighbor. And whereas Lois is also a member of several other organizations such as MERC-CAP and International Association of Administrative Professionals, Linden Industrial Association, President of Kiwanis, Linden Board of Health, Ladies Auxiliary for the Knights of Columbus, Linden Chamber of Commerce, YWCA, Tribute to Women in Industry, and a past member of the Linden Economic Development Corporation and the Pastoral Council at St. John the Apostle Church in Clark. And whereas Lois is eager to volunteer in her spare time, and she sits on several steering committees for the YWCA of Union County, Josephine's Place of Elizabeth, Trinitas Health Foundation of Trinitas Regional Medical Center. She is also involved in many scholarship programs as a member of various organizations that she is involved in. And whereas Lois Bass has been the recipient of many awards over her career, she was named Lady of the Year by the Ladies Auxiliary of the Knights of Columbus in 2012, received a twin, which is a TWIN award in 2013, a Community Partner Award for the YWCA in 2013, Superstar of Compassion Award from the Linden Interfaith Network of Community Services in 2015, named Catechist of the Year from St. John the Apostle Church in 2016, Founders Award for Corporate Responsibility from the Coalition to House the Homeless, 2018, FMBA Community Partner and Person of the Year Award from the Linden Chamber of Commerce in 2019, and the LIA Business Community Award in 2020. And whereas Lois has resided in Linden for the past 40 years, and recently she now calls the village of Florida her home. She raised 3 children who have made her proud over the years and have blessed her with 8 grandchildren. When she has some free time, she loves to read a good mystery, pitch a tent and camp with her family and friends, and she loves taking her grandchildren swimming and hiking. And now therefore be proclaimed that I, Derek Armstead, Mayor of the City of Linden, in the state of New Jersey, on this 19th day of October 2021, do hereby proclaim that Lois Bass is a woman of integrity who lives a rich life, full of love, friendship, service to others, and always helping wherever and whenever she can. The Linden community thanks her for her 40 years of dedication and service to the city of Linden, and we wish her Godspeed on her new journey in Florida. And it's signed by myself, Mayor Derek Armstead, and I will thank you personally, Lois, for doing such a great job in our city. And again, I'll say it 1,000 times, great cities don't just pop up by happenstance. It takes great people to make great cities. And you are certainly a great person, and giving of all your time and all your energy has certainly made Linden a better place to live for everyone. God bless you, you and your family. How do you have time for your grandkids with all this? Well, now that you retire from everybody, huh? Okay.
Well, I involved them too when I was doing all these activities. So it wasn't just me, they were tagging along with me and I was teaching them as we went. So
That's a beautiful thing.
yeah, so it's always been a lot of fun. And I even dragged my dad in for a few things too, for NFTN. I just came across pictures. I just put them up in frames here at his house. So nobody escapes me. Let's just put it that way.
I have a couple of aunts like you. They started a church. They were very active at Mount Moriah and Linden. So they got together and they decided they were all going to move down to Florida. And you know what they did when they got to Florida? Started a church down in Florida. So they give of themselves, and that's really, what we're supposed to do as human beings, give of ourselves. Those of us who are more fortunate and have the energy, we should be transferring that energy and into other areas to help other people. So once again, God bless you and thank you for all you've done for our great city.
Oh, thank you. It's been a pleasure. I always loved every minute of being in Linden, and Linden's been good to me and good to my kids. So thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Okay.
Hey, Lois, this is Ralph Strano. You know, we go back a long time, even the days with Burnside, as you recall, and
Right. The good old days, huh?
yeah. And I want to echo the mayor's comments as well. And I'm sure there's other council people that have worked with you over the years. And I want to say thank you, you know, in a heartfelt way that you definitely, you know, put yourself into a lot of activities in your own personal time, as well as we know with the CAP and the time we spent there. I think you and I might be one of the original members of that with the Bayway Community Advisory Panel. But like the mayor said, God bless you and good luck. And, you know, I'm happy for you and you deserve it, a nice retirement. Thank you again.
Thank you very much. Thank you all.
Okay, Mayor, you have a couple other proclamations, I believe.
Yes, I have a proclamation for two of our public health nurses, Stephanie Kroback and Arlene Palmer. And just to preface the proclamation, I will talk about, they worked in our Board of Health. And, you know, I don't think people really understand the importance of having a Board of Health in your community and how, especially during a pandemic, how important having qualified professionals and good nurses on your staff, how important that is. We've been very fortunate here in Linden in that many of the people who work in such capacity have a real connection to our community. And what that does is two things. It makes you not just feel like you're coming to work every day. It gives you a certain a degree of responsibility for those who you are caring for. And that is the case with Stephanie Kroback and Arlene Palmer, who have a connection to our community. They're not just nurses; they're nurses who have a care and love for our city and a love for the people of this city because they are part of this city and have been, and their families have been, and that is what is so important these days when you have people working your workforce. So, without any further ado, I'm going to read the proclamation for Arlene and Stephanie. So it reads, whereas public health nurses are one of the cornerstones of local public health departments, teaching, counseling, conducting epidemiological investigations, providing public health nursing services in homes, clinics, and schools to individuals and families, and using knowledge from nursing, social science, and public health science to promote and protect the health of a population through performance of core public health functions and the delivery of essential public health services. And whereas public health nurses have been and remain on the front lines of the fight against COVID-19 pandemic, called on to respond to unprecedented challenges under some of the most difficult circumstances experienced in our lifetimes, and often at great personal sacrifice to help slow the spread of a virus in their communities and to provide the knowledge of and compassion that those afflicted can and their loved ones need to help them heal as they navigate illness and uncertainty. And whereas public health nurses supervisor Stephanie Kroback dedicated 6 years and public health nurse Arlene Palmer dedicated 32 years of service to protect and improve the health of residents of Linden. And whereas public health nurse Stephanie Kroback and Arlene Palmer exhibited extraordinary dedication and professional commitment in the course of their regular duties throughout their career, and especially so in response to the COVID-19 pandemic. Investigating and managing cases, performing contact tracing, delivering education on isolation, quarantine treatments, and vaccination, connecting those affected with critical resources, working to improve and enhance the services provided by the public, helping support COVID-19 preparation and response efforts, reviewing and interpreting for the public and local officials, federal, state, county, and local guidance and regulations, developing plans and identifying resources for vulnerable populations, and supporting public and and non-public schools with guidance and resources. Now therefore it be resolved that I, Mayor Derek Armstead, in the City of Linden Board of Health in the state of New Jersey, on this 19th day of October 2021, recognize and expresses their appreciation of the gratitude towards retired public health nurse supervisor Stephanie Kroback and retired public health nurse Arlene Palmer for their many years of dedicated service to the City of Linden and its residents and their extraordinary efforts throughout the COVID-19 pandemic. Congratulates them both on their outstanding careers with the City of Linden and wish them both many continued years of happiness and good health. And it's signed once again by me, Derek Armstead, Mayor of the city. And again, I will thank you both for working for this city and for keeping us safe during a time a time of such uncertainty. And I have to admit that both of you did an excellent job. We were lucky to have such dedicated employees as yourselves in this town. So God bless you both. May you enjoy your retirements and stay in good health. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mayor, and I'm sure the rest of the council echoes those comments as well. And thank you to those nurses for their dedication while they were employed here, and wish them well. At this time, we're going to entertain a motion for approval of the minutes of the regular meeting of September 21st, 2021.
Council President Pro Temp, I make a motion for the minutes, to accept the minutes of the last council meeting.
I make a second.
Okay, roll call, please.
Orman. Mrs. Orman. Gavitt.
Yes.
Caldwell. Caldwell.
Sorry, yes.
Mohammed. Mohammed.
Yes.
Crosby.
I abstain.
Roman.
Yes.
Oh, he's here.
Oh, he's here. Blaine.
Yes.
Medina. Oh, Medina's absent, I'm sorry. Hickey.
Yes.
Yemakaitis.
Abstain.
Mr. Strano.
Yes. Okay, this time we're going to go into ordinances on hearing. Mr. Clerk, would you read the ordinance number 65-43?
An ordinance establishing a door-to-door, no-knock registry in the city of Linden.
Okay, is there a motion and a second?
Yes, Council Pro Temp, I'd like to make a motion to request the approval for hearing on ordinance number 65-43 and request the second.
Second.
Mrs. Orman.
Yes.
Javik.
Yes.
Caldwell.
Yes.
Mohammed.
Yes.
Crosby.
Yes.
Roman. Mr. Roman.
Yes.
Blaine.
Yes.
Hickey.
Yes.
Yemakaitis.
Yes.
Mr. Strano.
Yes.
Motion is approved.
Ordinance number 65-44.
An ordinance to amend an ordinance entitled, an ordinance establishing a schedule of titles, ranges, salary ranges, and regulations for maintaining the classification and salary standardization plan of all employees of the city of Linden, passed August 15th, 2005, and approved August 26th, 2021, adding Schedule 4-PP-6.
Motion, please.
Yes, Council Pro Temp, I'd like to make a motion to request for the approval on hearing of ordinance number 65-44 and request the second.
Second.
Mrs. Orman.
Yes.
Javik.
Yes.
Caldwell.
Yes.
Mohammed,
Yes.
Crosby,
No.
Roman,
Yes.
Blaine,
Yes.
Hickey,
yes,
Yemakaitis,
Yes.
Mr. Strano.
Yes.
Motion is approved.
Ordinance number 65-45.
Bond ordinance providing an appropriation of $235,400 for the acquisition of various items of capital equipment for the police department and authorizing the issuance of $223,630 bonds or notes of the city for financing part of the appropriation.
Has the ordinance been properly published and posted?
Yes, sir.
Has any written communication been received?
No, sir.
Is there anyone that wishes to be heard on the ordinance? Seeing none, a motion, please.
Council Pro Tem would like to make a motion to close the hearing on ordinance 65-45, adopted, and ask for a second, please.
Second. Mrs. Ormond,
Yes.
Javik,
Yes.
Caldwell,
Yes.
Mohammed,
Yes.
Crosby,
Yes.
Roman,
Yes.
Blaine,
Yes.
Hickey,
yes,
Yemakaitis,
Yes.
Mr. Strano.
Yes. Ordinance number 65-46.
Bond ordinance authorizing various capital improvements appropriating $940,500, therefore, and authorizing the issuance $893,475 bonds or notes to finance part of the same.
Has the ordinance been properly published and posted?
Yes, sir.
Has any written communication been received?
No, sir.
Is there anyone that wishes to be heard on this ordinance? Seeing none, motion, please.
Council President Pro Tem would like to make a motion to close the hearing on ordinance 65-46, adopted, and ask for a second, please.
Second.
Mrs. Ormond,
Yes.
Javik,
Yes.
Caldwell,
Yes.
Mohammed, Mr. Mohammed,
Yes.
Crosby,
Yes.
Roman,
Yes.
Blaine,
Yes.
Hickey,
yes,
Yemakaitis,
Yes.
Mr. Strano.
Yes. All right, this time we'll move on to the consent agenda, communications consent agenda. All items are listed with asterisks. They're considered to be routine by the city council and be enacted with one motion. There will be no separate discussion on these items unless a council member so requests. This is items number 1 through 5.
Council President Pro Tem, I'm requesting for approval of the consent agenda items 1 through 5 and request a second.
Second.
Mrs. Ormond,
Yes.
Javik,
Yes.
Caldwell,
Yes.
Mohammed,
Yes.
Crosby,
I abstain.
Roman,
Yes,
Blaine,
Yes.
I'm able to hit my own mute button.
Mrs. Hickey,
Yes,
Yemakaitis,
Yes.
Mr. Strano.
Yes. Okay, at this time, we'll go into reports of the governing body. We'll start with Councilwoman Ormond.
Thank you, Council President Pro Tem. I would like to start off by reading the Budget Review and Finance Report. Approval is requested for the following finance items. The payment of bills totaling $2,032,610.51. Bills have been signed by the Mayor, Council President.
Lisa, we can barely hear you.
My apologies. Is this better?
Yes.
Okay. The payment of bills, approval is requested for the following finance actions. The payment of bills totaling $2,032,610.51. Bills have been signed by the Mayor, Council President, and Finance Chairwoman. The detailed check register and vouchers are on file in the clerk's office. We are in receipt of the investments made by the city treasurer for the month of September at the rate of 0.05%. In the Department of Finance, the approval is granted for the CFO to submit the best practices worksheet to the Division of Local Government Services by the November 3rd, 2021 deadline. I move for approval and ask for a second, please.
Second?
Mrs. Ormond?
Yes.
Javik?
Yes.
Caldwell?
Yes.
Mohammed?
Yes.
Crosby? Mrs. Crosby? Roman?
Yes.
Blaine?
Yes.
Hickey?
Yes.
Yemakaitis?
Yes.
Mr. Strano?
Yes.
My Division of Transportation and Parking, I hereby submit the monthly financial report for the Division of Transportation and Parking for the month of September 2021. This report includes the collection of on and off street parking, meters, railroad parking lots, railroad parking permits, and merchant parking permits. The Trenton side collections totaling $1,285. The New York side collection, $480. Railroad credit card transactions, $20,992. Railroad permits, $422. Online railroad permits, $9,876. Parking meter collections, $11,558.95. Merchant parking, nothing. Grand total, $44,613.95, submitted by Tyrone L. Givens, the traffic maintenance supervisor. My traffic report, just to highlight what we're doing in terms of our traffic and accident review committee. Every month or every week, we highlight a different street for Street of the Week. And I asked Sergeant Oliveira to give me some of the highest tickets that were issued on some streets. We have a speeding problem throughout the city, and we seem to think that no one gets ticketed. So I asked her to pull some of the highest results. Northwood Avenue, 38 tickets were given, speeding tickets given on their given week. Roselle Street received 45 tickets. North South Street, 56. DeWitt Terrace, 40. East Baltimore Avenue, 60. West Munsell Avenue, 79. East Elizabeth Avenue, 50. Greer Avenue, 39. And Tremley Point Road, I believe that was 60. So this just pretty much, validates that we are out there on these particular streets and speeders are not getting a free ride or are able to speed. On September 25th, we had a child seat check day. We had 7 cars that came in for inspection of their car seats. 2 families in need received new car seats. We plan on doing another one in November. My recommendation is to do it just before Thanksgiving as families hit the road so we can ensure that their children are safe and they have a wonderful holiday. We also did a walking school bus for the 5th graders at school number 8. The students started at Noski Park and they walked to their school. We plan on doing another one for the month of November, and hopefully, if this program is successful, we'll continue with other schools. But the whole goal is to walk with the children, teach them how to be safe as they're walking. That concludes my committee reports. Now for my ward report. I just want to let people know that in November, we're going to be discontinuing the street sweeping as the leaves begin to fall for the autumn season. And we will begin leaf collection in the month of November. If you need bags, you can reach out to me. My telephone number is 908-370-6482, or you can email me, linden-nj.org. Please do not blow your leaves over the gutters or over the sewer systems because it just clogs them up. And when we have rain, we have flooding. Just wanted to let the residents of the First Ward know that we're going to be planning a winter craft day for the children of the First Ward, very similar to that we did 2 years ago. Unfortunately, we're going to have a limited capacity due to COVID, and we want to make sure that we're going to be able to socially distance. The date will be determined, but it will be in December, and it's going to be for kids pre-K through 5th grade only. And like I said, it will be a craft make and take. You'll spend hopefully about maybe 45 minutes making your craft and then taking it home to share with your family. Once again, if you have any questions or any concerns, please reach out and contact me, 908-370-6482, or at linden-nj.org. That concludes my report. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilwoman. Councilman Jack?
Yes, Mr. President Pro Tem. Hold on one second, okay. Okay, first I want to start out with the personnel report. Item number 1, police. A, permission to hire 8 police officers pending the successful completion of background checks. B, rescinding the hiring of Miranda Wilson, public safety telecommunicator trainee, effective September 28, 2021. C, accepting the change in compensation method for Jessica Montgomery, public safety telecommunicator, from full-time to per diem public safety telecommunicator at the current rate of $24.73, effective October 21st, 2021. D, permission to post statewide for 2 full-time public safety telecommunicator trainees. E, permission to post statewide for 3 per diem public safety telecommunicators. Number 2, fire. A, permanent appointment of William Haskell to fire chief effective September 30th, 2021. B, permission to hire 6 firefighters pending the successful completion of background checks. Council previously approved 4, however, due to unforeseen retirements, would like to add 2 more for a total of 6. Number 3, the Board of Health. A, correcting the annual salary of John LaPlaca, vulnerable population specialist, to his current salary of $86,360, effective September 22nd, 2021, due to a typographical error. B, granting permission for a student intern from Montclair State University, Michelle Janitor of Linden, to complete a semester-long 230-hour internship at a local health department as required for graduation and no cost to the city. Number 4, Public Works. A, rescinding the hiring of David Brown, Laborer 1, Tier 2, effective October 4th, 2021. B, the approval of the seasonal employment list. List is on file at the clerk's office. Engineering. A, permission to post for 2 per diem public works inspectors upon open to all Union County residents and contiguous county residents. B, permission to post for 1 full-time engineering aide open to all Union County residents and contiguous county residents. Building and Grounds. A, the appointment of Lula Bajinga Dogda, Labor 1, Tier 2, at the hourly rate of $15, effective October 27, 2021, pending the successful completion of all pre-employment requirements. Vehicle Maintenance. A, permission to post for 1 full-time supervising mechanic open to all Union County residents and contiguous county residents. In Recreation. Number 5, A, the hiring of Amanda Williams, Greg Parker, and Andrea Pearson as part-time recreation leaders at the hourly rate of $12 an hour, not to exceed 20 hours per week, effective October 20th, 2021. B, the rate change of James Tommy Russell, part-time recreational leader, to $15 an hour, effective October 20th, 2021. C, the rate change for Teresa Verchek, part-time recreation leader, to $15 an hour, effective October 20th, 2021. D, accepting the resignation in good standing of Ronald Martins, omnibus driver, recreation leader, effective September 23rd, 2021. E, the hiring of Terry Thompson as omnibus driver, recreation leader, at the hourly rate of $18 an hour, effective retroactively to October 18th, 2021. F, the appointment of Ronald Martins as recreation leader, full-time, at annual salary of $30,664, effective October 20th, 2021, pending the successful completion of all pre-employment requirements. 6, the tax assessor. A, the appointment of Lamar Cintron, Clerk 1, at the annual salary of $34,548, effective October 27, 2021, pending the successful completion of all pre-employment requirements. 7, Office of Constituent Services. A, granting of a leave of absence without pay to Lavina Joseph, Clerk 1, from September 17, 2021 through December 15, 2021. 8, personnel. A, approval of FMLA, NJFMLA to the following employees list on file in the personnel office. I move for approval and request a second.
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 Mrs. Ormond,
Yes.
Javik,
Yes.
Caldwell,
Yes.
Mrs. Caldwell,
I said yes. You didn't hear me.
Mohammed,
Yes.
Crosby,
No.
Roman,
Yes.
Lane, Hickey,
Yes.
Yamakai,
Yes.
Mr. Strano.
Yes.
Okay, continuing. As chairman of the fire committee, the Fire Prevention Bureau collected the following monies during the month of September 2021, a total of $9,213.24. Regarding the Linden Fire Department ambulance billing, the amount of $70,728.73 for September 2021 have been added to the total deposits for 2021, totaling $558,522.31. Good evening, everybody. Well, more than a month after all the flooding, we still have areas where the residents have situations still to be handled. FEMA has just started going door-to-door canvassing in the areas hardest hit in Linden by Ida. They will be assisting with claims, registrations, and providing information on government programs that can assist in recovery. To date, we are third in the county with 1,078 FEMA assistance claims submitted already. Just referencing back to the fire department, please keep in mind that it's Fire Prevention Month. This is a good time to check smoke detectors, carbon monoxide, and fire extinguishers, making sure all are in working order. Our firefighters will also be visiting various schools in the city. And come mid-November, our fire department will be receiving its new ambulance. In the second ward, the water company is currently working on Brook Street with new installations and connections to households. This, I presume, will be completed in the next couple of weeks, around the time we should be starting work on the West Elm Street restoration and paving project. In addition, we will be starting work on West Blanky Street for pre-paving, such as manholes, curbing, etc. And at Lexington Dog Park, a new water line was just installed. We are currently waiting for a fountain to be assembled and proper signage to be implemented. On completion of these tasks, we will be having a dedication, and then it's open to the public. As a reminder, city updates are available on our City of Linden website, or visit me on Facebook at Second Ward Councilman Barry E. Javik. I can be reached by phone at 908-494-4608, or email me at bjavik@linden-newjersey.gov. Council President Pro Tem, end of report.
Thank you, Councilman. Councilwoman Caldwell.
Thank you, Council President Pro Temp. I'm going to start with the street light installation. I make a motion for approval of the installation of street lights and following locations, and request a second when I'm finished reading the poll numbers. So poll number 61624 LD, located at the intersection of East Stimson Avenue and Clinton Street. Poll 9059 LD, the light needs to be replaced, located at Lawson Park. Pole 6052 LD light needs to be replaced, located in Lawson Park. Pole 63802 LD, a new light needs to be installed on the pole. On pole number 60929, a pole in front of 832 East Henry Street, and a 44S pole on East Henry closest to McCandless Street needs 2 street lights lamps added. A new light needs to be replaced for pole 60927 in front of 816 East Henry Street. Pole number 63468, 526 East Elm Street needs to be replaced. 63469, pole in front of 510 East Elm Street, that needs to be replaced. The corner of Elm and Maple Avenue, pole 6159, that light needs to be replaced. And on pole 63905 LD, a new light on the corner of East Curtis and Maple Ave in front of 318 East Curtis Street. And also there is a pole on the corner of Henry and Pratt Street. And there's no pole number, so I don't know how you go about there correcting that, because someone took the pole number off the pole. I'm making a motion for the approval of the installation of the street lights that I read, and I'm asking for a second.
Second.
Council President Pro Temp.
Yes, sir.
Hey, sorry, Monique, Councilwoman. Normally, we would do a roll call for this, not just to fix, but to actual install a new, not a new headlamp, but like a whole new service, which would cost like $40 a month. Is that what we're doing, or are we just simply
For two.
recording? For two. Thank you. Thank you, Councilwoman. Just wanted to make sure. Yes.
We have a motion and we have a second, right?
Yes.
All right, then we need a roll call.
Ormond,
Yes.
Javik,
Yes.
Caldwell,
Yes.
Mohammed. Councilman Mohammed,
Yes.
Cosby,
Yes.
Roman,
Yes.
Blaine,
Yes.
Hickey,
Yes.
Yemakaitis,
Yes.
Mr. Strano.
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to continue for the code and construction report. There were 355 permits issued, and there were 367 certificates generated, which generated a total amount of $135,702 for the month of September 2021. The IT report, the fourth ward cameras, that's still a project that's a work in progress. The G Suite project, so thus far, the mayor's complex, Board of Health, legal, purchasing, city clerk, engineering, parks and recreation, public works have been completed with the G Suite. In progress is the LMPC this week, and next week will be personnel. The availability of hardware that IT has been ordering has been slowing because of the shortage of the computer chips, as you well know. I also wanted to let my residents know that they will be paving Roselle Street from St. George Ave to Elizabeth Avenue in November. They don't have an exact date, but in November 2021, they'll start paving that road. If you have any questions or concerns, you can reach me at mcaldwell-linden-newjersey.gov. My number is 908-531-0676. Council President Pro Temp, that concludes my report. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilwoman. Councilman Mohammed.
Good evening. my dear friends and neighbors, Council President Pro Temp, good evening. Early in October, I received a call from one of my Fourth Ward residents, who, like many of us, is a consumer here in Linden. The concern was a particular merchant keeping a rear entrance exit security gate locked during business hours. Naturally, this posed a safety concern. The store manager thought had been to eliminate the possibility of theft of goods out of the back door. I'm happy to report that the matter was addressed expeditiously between myself, the Deputy Community Service Director Bishop, and Deputy Chief Chris Rooney of our Linden Fire Prevention Bureau. Additionally, throughout the month, as always, I was delighted to rectify a multitude of issues, both large and small, for my constituents. Please don't hesitate to call me at 908-463-4843 for assistance regarding sewers, trees, garbage, trash, or any other issues that are of concern that require my attention. Also, please be advised that our sidewalk removal and replacement program is anticipated to begin this week, and the contractors will work through the end of November, weather permitting. Union County resurfacing, milling, and paving of Roselle Street is slated to unfold in November. The exact start date is unavailable at this time. Be well, my friends, and God bless you all. God bless America, and God bless the city of Linden. Thank you, Council President Pro Tem.
Thank you, Councilman. Councilwoman Cosby.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. I just wanted to remind everyone about the parade on Sunday. The Halloween parade is back. Also give my phone number, 908-718-7933, if you have any concerns or questions. Also, if you want to receive emails, send an email to rcosby@linden-nj.gov to get updates on what's happening in the Fifth Ward specifically and other neighborhood events. And that concludes my report.
Thank you, Councilwoman, and thank you for reminding us about the Halloween parade. Councilman Roman. Councilman Roman? No, well, I think we're gonna have to circle back. Councilman Blaine.
Yes, thank you, Council President Pro Temp. And I'd like to say hello to the city of Linden, especially those of the Ninth Ward. I'd first like to start off by giving my report on Parks and Recreation. Good news is for all our seniors out there, Meals on Wheels have returned. Starting October 12th, every Tuesday and Thursday, Meals on Wheels will be serving lunch at the JTG Center from 11:30 to 12:30. So just to let you know that that program is back into effect, and they have an office in the JTG Center because of their main headquarters have flooded out, so we're housing them there. Other good news is for our seniors, we have 12 senior classes online, arts and crafts, and a host of bunch of other good programs that you can get involved in. Please go online, sign up, and let's make this a festive fall season. We have the Halloween parade, as Councilwoman Crosby has announced, starting October 24th on Sunday. So for more information, you can call the JTG Center at 908-474-8600. The lineup starts at 2 p.m. Don't be late. Let's make it a good Halloween. Following that, on October 29th, we have the Harvest event, which will have given away curbside treat bags to all children and young adults. The first 250 participants will receive a treat bag at curbside, and that will be at the Linden Multipurpose Center on Friday, October 29th at between 4 and 6. We ask the Linden multipurpose room. No standing around the building. You must wear your mask, and children must be present to get a treat bag. You can't come and say, I have 4 kids at home, because the only one that will get one will be the one that shows up. And that concludes my Parks and Recreation report. Now I just want to give a report on the 8th Ward. I got to tell you, it's been one heck of a month. All of us have been recovering from Ida hurricane. We had a tremendous amount of devastation in the 8th Ward on both sides of the highway. I got to tell you, I've been working almost, it feels like every night, because of people just getting rid of things and having to replace furnaces and boilers and restore first floor apartments, and some streets were just rivers. I mean, it was really devastating. I want to thank everyone for their patience. I tried to get around to make sure we took care of every neighbor in the 8th Ward, from Wharf to Passaic Avenue, Dill. I mean, I was all over both sides every night, making sure we got the job done. My only concern is that, and I'm not going to say I'm disappointed, because I do understand, but I want people to be reasonable. If you put your garbage out, your bulk garbage out because of the hurricane, and I come and I make sure that gets picked up, you can't call me because you put more out. At this point, I would suggest that you have to wait for bulk garbage day to come around to come pick up, because don't be that selfish. Our DPW department is working like you couldn't believe. I mean, this has been devastating for all of us in the city. So having said that, I just want to make one more announcement on that. One of the neighbors on Passaic Avenue, and this is not to throw anybody under the bus, but resorted, instead of calling me personally, resorted to go on social media to complain about the garbage. Well, good to know that we have concerned citizens in the neighborhood. Once they called me, went around there, got it done the next day. Now, had I known it was out there and she called me like the other constituents in the neighborhood, we would get it done. The moral to the story is, don't always be so quick to go on social media to complain. Understand who your representatives are. Understand that you can reach out to the DPW department. You can call City Hall. There's other avenues you can take before you vent your frustrations out on social media. So it was and she wrote me a beautiful message and thanked me for hearing her concerns and making sure I took care of her. And I appreciate that. And I said, thank you. And I reminded her, I work for you. And as long as you contact me or contact someone in City Hall, we'll take care of you. That's what we're here for. And that's where I'm going to end this. You know, we all work together. Everybody's working diligently. Thanks to Jerry Bishop and DPW department. Man, a lot of work has gotten done. And I know some still has to be done, but for the most part, it was done. I also want to make an announcement. There was a severe accident right on the corner of my block on East Blanky and Chandler, where a car actually flipped over. The speeding over there has to stop. Something has to be done. A car was flipped over in one of my neighbors' yard because a young person was flying down the street. We have to do something. A stop sign, four-way stop sign, a speed bump, something, but Chandler Avenue is becoming a raceway park. So again, I just encourage everyone to slow down. Let's be neighborly. Let's work together. We're getting through this one day at a time. And thank you so much for my time.
All right. Thank you, Councilman. I'm going to circle back to Councilman Roman. Did he leave the meeting or is?
I got kicked out, Councilman. Thank you.
Oh, all right. Gee, I wonder how that happened. All right, John, go ahead.
Ralph, you're good, man. Council President Pro Tem, thank you. Thank you for circling back to me. I'm going to be very brief. I just had a new nephew born a few hours ago.
Congratulations.
Thank you Ralph. I appreciate that. I didn't prepare anything. I just want to let the residents of the Sixth Ward know. Recently, I was out with traffic engineering, and we had, thank you, Chief. We had a large discussion about the widening project and the traffic enhancements at West Linden and Wood Ave, and West Linden and Stiles Street. As you are aware, as I've said 50,000 times on this broadcast, these enhancements were put into place in a planning board meeting back in like 2010, when Walmart was first proposing to build over at the old GM facility at Legacy Square. So there are issues going on. The traffic and engineering, Joe Kroback, are taking care of them. There's a punch list of things that will be resolved. And if there are more things that you think need resolving, please send them my way so that they will be addressed. Because once these punch list things are done, that's the way traffic is going to be. A lot of people are upset about losing their parking at West Linden and Stiles. Listen, I don't have a driveway. I lost my parking in front of my house. You know, my family has to walk across the street or park down the block now. But traffic is moving better, and that is, you know, it's a small inconvenience for me and my family. However, it is helping traffic in this city, which was one of our major problems for a very long time. So the traffic is flowing better through these intersections. But please contact me, call me. I won't know these problems are directly affecting you unless you do call me. And as for Ida, anyone that has, you know, the 8th Ward was hit very hard. The 6th Ward, Emma Place, was just absolutely mauled. There's a lot of help out there. We heard last night that Linden has over 1,000 people ask for individual FEMA help. Please call me. I can connect you with the right people from the county, from FEMA, or from our own health department and our own OEM. So I can't think of anything else right now, but I appreciate the time and thank you.
Thank you, Councilman. Councilman Medina, I think you joined us.
I did, Council President Pro Tem, and I want to apologize to my colleagues on the council for arriving late. I was just taking care of a matter, but I appreciate you allowing me back into the meeting and allowing me to give a report and participate for the rest of the meeting. Just a quick report for the 9th Ward. Let me know if everyone can hear me okay. I have a headset on, so I just want to make sure.
Yeah, we can hear you fine here.
Okay, beautiful. I'll turn on the video. So just a couple of things for 9th Ward. And again, I apologize for the video with these headsets. I just want to thank everyone at DPW and everyone again for working tirelessly to, you know, clean up Sunnyside. You know, I don't want to, you know, repeat any of my colleagues here from last month and probably earlier in the meeting with their report, but they really did work hard. And the reason I'm bringing it up in this meeting is they literally just wrapped up Sunnyside maybe 2 weeks ago, and they did a great job. And they continue to still assist where it's needed and when it's feasible. So a big thank you to those guys. They're working hard, and you know, I just hope they get a little bit of a break, and hopefully we don't get hit with anything else between now and the end of the year. So just wanted to thank those guys. Things are going pretty okay in the 9th Ward. You know, we have some nice projects that were completed. Obviously, some in Orchard were completed. They're working on Northwood Avenue, which is great. That's a road that hasn't been touched in over 40 years. They're doing the steel work there and the curbs and some aprons. I was just, you know, down there earlier today. So I'm really happy to see the work progressing over there, both on the Linden and Roselle side. And again, that was a project, you know, without the coordination of our engineering, the mayor's office, Councilman Fortuna from Roselle, and a lot of players involved, DPW, really, you know, I don't think this would have happened. Again, that road hasn't been touched in over 40 years. I'm so excited. I'm going to take some pictures when it's being paved, and I'm going to send it over to the former Councilman Bob Frazier, who recently just moved out of state, and it's with his son. Because I know he's excited and he heard about the road being paved. And again, it's a great project and it's a great accomplishment when we all get together and kind of figure it out and you know, find the funds and whatnot. So a big thank you for that. Sidewalk projects are delayed. We talked about it last night, so, knock on wood, we're hoping to see something in November, I guess. But I ask folks to just continue to be patient. The markings on those sidewalks are all faded out, so I don't know if they're going back out there and remarking them or whatnot, but they do have a list of these sidewalks and these homes and whatnot for us to get to them and repair them as needed. So that's that on that end. Unfortunately, we had some incidents in the Ninth Ward with some kids vandalizing homes for some reason. I'm not sure why, and kicking down people's doors and breaking down storm doors. I spoke to the chief about this, and we called it in and reported it. And as usual, our police department is great. They responded. Unfortunately, these are kids, and they take off. But it was all captured on video surveillance, and I believe all that stuff was submitted. Kids are going to be kids, but at the end of the day, we are supposed to just keep an eye out, be vigilant. No one should be damaging anyone's property. We all work hard for our property and to keep up our curb appeal or just put up whatever decorations that we want to put up on our lawns. I find it to be extremely unacceptable. But besides that, I think everything is going great in the Ninth Ward. This year it's just been great with projects. Sunnyside Park, aka Paul Workmeister's Park, aka Sunnyside Park. The court was done, and we got a lot more projects and a lot more work to be done in our parks and roads and sidewalks. So I think we're moving in a great direction. I'm excited, and let's see what we can bang out in the Ninth Ward in the next 3 years. So I'm excited that this council, in some sense, is moving together with the same goals in mind. We're serving the residents of Linden, improving quality of life, and overall just keeping everyone safe. And I think people see that. Besides that, I could always be reached 908-986-6100. You can text me on that number. It's a cell phone. You can also email me at amedina@linden-nj.org or gov. Either one, it'll get to me. Again, I just appreciate everyone's help, coordination, and let's just continue to do what's best for the city of Linden. Thank you, Council President Pro Tem.
Thank you, Councilman. Councilwoman Hickey.
Thank you, Council President Pro Tem. I have a little cold myself, but I'm wishing Council President Yamakaitis the best and hope we see her back in full action soon. She's surely missed. I have a short report from Buildings and Grounds. Pretty soon the spot coolers will be placed with the spot heaters in City Hall. We received a quote for the promenade fencing, so I'm sure we will be discussing that soon as a council. We also have fall inspections on the parks ongoing. Any requests or issues that you may have, you may want to shoot an email to Tony Coppola and Jerry Bishop or myself, and I could forward it to them. And we're doing some renovations in the mailroom as well. I don't really have a huge report after, or even a small report after everybody gets finished here. My sentiments are pretty much the same as the rest of the council and within their wards. But I would like to say, and I don't think she's on anymore, but boy, how impressive of Lois Bass. What an asset she has been to just about every person I know in organization in our community. And she's really missed. And I'm kind of hoping she's still sitting there with her dad, maybe watching, and a special hello to them. And I just hope she gets many wonderful days to float in the pool, enjoy herself. And Florida's lucky to have her if they can grab her up again like Linden did. Just a reminder, so far we're still having casino night on February 5th, 2022. That is at the Linden Housing Authority. And that is the week between the football playoffs and the Super Bowl. That's an easy way to always remember what weekend it is. And also, thank you to Stephanie Kroback and Arlene Palmer for their service to the city of Linden. I'm sorry to see you both leave. And I want to thank you for being here during such a difficult time in Linden. I don't think many really understand from a nursing and medical, unless you're in nursing, medical, medical position, how difficult and time consuming it really was. And just want everybody to be safe, slow down on the streets. Leaves are going to start being put out. We have a lot more children in our community. And that concludes my report. Thank you, Council President Pro Tem.
Thank you, Councilwoman. I believe I will ask Council President Yamakaitis if she's up to making a report.
Thank you, Council President Pro Tem. Gretchen, I'm looking forward to casino night. We missed it last year, so we're looking forward to that. I'd like to take the time to congratulate Chief Haskell on becoming permanent fire chief. You know, well-deserved honor. I know he's been working very hard, and I congratulate him. I'd like to also echo some of the sentiments of my colleagues. Great job done by FEMA. I got to give a shout out to Kathy Colgan in the fire department. She's been keeping the council abreast of everything going on with FEMA. So they were actually in my neighborhood yesterday, knocking on doors. So, you know, they're here to assist the residents if anybody needs it. And I just want to also remind everyone to lock your car doors. We've had some car break-ins. So please be vigilant, check your car doors and make sure they're locked. Okay. If anybody needs to contact me, my phone number is 908-494-0880. That concludes my report, Council President Pro Tem.
Thank you, Council President. So good to hear your voice. At this time, I'm going to call on Mayor Armstead if he is available to make a report.
Yes. Good evening, everyone. My report will be very brief. I realized that I took up a lot of time last month, Council President Pro Tem, so I'm gonna have a short report this month, and hopefully you'll take those minutes and put them to good use, okay? Anyway, the only thing I have to report on this month was our festivals. As you all know, we had several festivals during the month of September and October, and they were a tremendous success. We had our Polish festival, which was on September 18th this year. Outstanding festival. Polish community really came out in large numbers, and a job well done by all our volunteers, our police department, our emergency management people, our fire department. Just an excellent job by all who were involved to make sure it went off without a hitch. Our Latin Festival, which was on October 2nd, was another tremendous success. And again, I'd like to thank all those who volunteered their services and made that a great success. Our Latin Festival, we have several different Latin communities right here in Linden, and they all came under one umbrella on October 2nd, and for an outstanding day, and it just shows how diverse we are here in Linden. We had a regular Oktoberfest, October 9th. Normally we would have that in September. This year it fell in October. We called it October Festival, but the September to remember, we jokingly called it the October You'll Never Forget. And we won't forget it because the weather was beautiful. People had a great time. And again, our volunteers and our emergency management did an outstanding job making sure that that was a day that we wouldn't remember. I mean, that we wouldn't forget. So I want to thank everybody for participating. And last but certainly not least was our Unity Day, which was originally scheduled for October 10th, then October 16th, but the weather didn't permit. So we had it this past Sunday, which was the 17th. It was a little chilly outside, but you know, it was also a tremendous success. We had some very popular DJs and some very popular entertainers that came out and performed. This particular festival usually attracts the African American community, and it was also a very outstanding success. And we look forward again next year to all of the festivals. We should note that these festivals were all going to fall on one day, as we had planned originally, because of COVID. We felt like we'd have one day to do all of our festivals and just kind of cram them into one. But as things loosened up, we saw that we were able to have the separate festivals, and I think everybody was happy. Our DPW employees also did a great job with the cleanup of all the festivals, and we're just very thankful and grateful that things are going back to normal, and that people are actually coming back out again and coming together. And again, we're looking forward to the upcoming year, and hopefully we'll be able to put COVID completely behind us and go back to 100% normalcy. And last but certainly not least, this coming Saturday, we'll be having our Halloween parade, and that will be with a rain date of October 31st. Right after, well, before the parade, if you get a chance, go down to Aviation Plaza. There's a tremendous car show. We have an annual car show here in Linden, and it will be at Aviation Plaza. It will be before, during, and after the parade. So at some point, if you get a chance to go down, it will be greatly appreciated. You'll see some outstanding cars. I think last year we had over 600 cars at the show, which is totally outstanding. All the money raised from that car show is been donated to children who are less fortunate than we are, children with handicaps and disabilities. So my hat goes off to all the individuals who put that together. So once again, the Halloween parade is October 24th with a rain date of October 31st. Thank you all, and have a good evening. Hope I didn't take up too much time. That concludes my report.
Thank you, Mayor. I just have a few comments that I want to mention regarding city workers and 7th Ward especially. They did a fantastic job. All the departments actually did a fantastic job in dealing with the remnants of Hurricane Ida. I just want to echo some of the comments from Councilman Blaine, but he was saying that people are putting trash out there, actually abusing the courtesies that the city has been offering to the residents. Please don't be putting trash out again after, especially since we just had our regularly scheduled pickup just a couple of weeks ago. It's unsightly. I've directed our DPW acting director, Dave Martinez, to have our inspectors visit those homes where those people have their trash out and direct them to remove the trash from the roadways until the next pickup, or they can bring it to the DPW yard. And that's something that needs to be addressed. It's costing the city a tremendous amount of money to tip those trash collections. Hopefully we'll recoup some of that money through FEMA. But at this point in time, I'm asking people to please, bring that stuff back in. And it's, it's kind of really inconsiderate when you see that, you're the only house on the block that has trash out there and try to claim that, your house was missed. I mean, there's always those issues that hardships, and those will be dealt with, but that's not the case for the most part. We did have some resurfacing done in the 7th Ward. It's been a while. The remaining section of Parkway Avenue was resurfaced along with the shoulders on 21st Street. A street that's really in need that I've been contacted regarding is East 10th Street, and checking with our engineering department to see when that was going to be accomplished. I'm told that it's going to be postponed due to utility work in that area. And there's several streets in that area which border both the 6th and 7th Ward that are going to be put on hold, possibly to the springtime, because there's no point in doing a resurfacing project and having a utility company cut the street up again. Couple of PSAs. Don't forget that Election Day is this coming November 2nd. Please, I urge everyone to exercise your voting rights. Top of the ballot for us here in Linden will be the governor's race. We do have 2 council people along with our freeholders that are going to be on the ballot as well. And I also want to say that I don't want anybody to forget our vets. Veterans Day coming November 11th. And I think the city website will have some information regarding placement of wreaths if you want to join the people that will be providing that service for us. Okay, that's my report. So moving along, we're going to go into the resolutions. We have resolutions that are 2021-339 through 2021-373. Be a motion, a second, discussion, and then it'll be a roll call. At the end of that, we have an additional late starter that's on, which will be 2021-374, which the deputy clerk will read at that time. Resolutions. We have
Council Pro Tem,
yes.
I request for approval of resolutions 2021-339 through 2021-373 and request a second.
Second.
Ormond,
Yes.
Javik, Caldwell,
Yes.
Mohammed,
Yes.
Cosby,
I'm going to vote no to resolution 239, 362, 363, 365. I am abstaining on 345, 346, 349, 350, 353, 356, 357, and it looks like 368, and yes to the rest.
Councilwoman, did you mean 339? You said 329 or 239?
What? 239, oh, what did I say?
You said
I'm voting no to 239,
there is no 239.
because the other one's being walked on, so everything gotta go down. Oh my God, come on, that's why we need a new, agenda every time.
It's 339, Councilwoman.
Oh, I wrote the wrong number, I'm sorry.
All right, that's all I'm
I got my
saying.
glasses on, Ralph.
All right, thank you.
I'm sorry.
You know what? You don't have to fight with me all the time.
I wasn't, I'm just like, so, yeah, I didn't have my glasses on then. Thank you.
All right, no problem.
Councilman Roman,
I'm going to vote no on 356, 359. Let's do 355 as well. And yes to the rest.
Lane,
Yes.
Medina,
Yeah.
Hickey,
Yes.
Yemakaitis,
Yes on all. On number 350, I abstain.
Mr. Strano.
Yes. Thank you. Deputy Clerk, would you please read resolution 2021-374?
Resolution expressing support for the My Brother's Keeper, My Sister's Keeper Community Challenge. Whereas the My Brother's Keeper and My Sister's Keeper initiative is to address persistent opportunity gaps faced by adolescents and young men and women of color and to ensure that they reach their full potential. Whereas the 6 goals of the MBK MSK Community Challenge are to ensure our youth enter school cognitively, physically, socially, and emotionally ready, ensure our children read at grade level by 3rd grade, ensure our youth graduate from high school and are prepared for college and/or career pathways, ensure our youth complete post-secondary education or training to enter the workforce, ensure all youth out of school are employed, and ensure all youth remain safe from violent crime. Whereas the MBK MSK Community Challenge encourages communities to focus on at least 2 of the 6 goals and to conduct a policy review and form recommendations for action to address these issues, as well as to launch a plan of action, next steps, and a timetable for review. Now therefore be it resolved by the Mayor and City Council that it pledges its commitment to the MBK MSK Community Challenge to continue to build on the use of proven tools throughout the Linden community in order to expand opportunity for young people, including access to health, transportation, environmental quality, nutrition, outdoor recreation, mentorship, and high-quality early education. Help youth secure employment and to partner with stakeholders and police to reduce violence, to make our classrooms and streets safer, and to enhance the validity and the prosperity of our community. Whereas as part of the MBK MSK initiative, the Community Challenge, which is to call the action, encourages communities to implement coherent cradle to college and career strategies for improving the life outcomes of all young people and to ensure that they reach their full potential, regardless of who they are, where they come from, or the circumstances into which they were born.
Do we have a motion?
Yes, Council Pro Temp, I request a motion to approve Resolution 2021-374 and ask.
Second.
Roll call.
Orman?
Yes.
Javik?
Yes.
Caldwell?
Yes.
Ahmed?
Yes.
Cosby?
Yes.
Roman? Councilman Roman? Blaine?
Yes.
Medina?
Yes.
Hickey?
Yes.
Yemakaitis?
Yes.
Mr. Strano?
Yes. Okay, at this time, we're going to go into ordinances on first reading. Ordinance, there'll be no discussion on first reading, right? Right. The first one we have is ordinance number 65-47.
An ordinance to amend and supplement Chapter 7 Traffic of an ordinance entitled, an ordinance adopting and enacting the revised general ordinances of the City of Linden, 1999, passed November 23rd, 1999, and approved November 24th, 1999, and as amended and supplemented. Be it ordained by the Council of the City of Linden, Section 1, Chapter 7 Traffic, Section 7-10, parking prohibited at all times on certain streets shall be and the same is hereby amended as follows. Delete Linden Avenue northwest side from Style Street for a distance of 150 feet northwest. Linden Avenue southwest side from Style Street for a distance of 100 feet southwest.
Okay, is there a motion for introduction?
Council President Pro Tem, I'd like to make a motion to introduce ordinance 65-47 and ask for a second, please.
Second.
Orman?
Yes.
Javik?
Yes.
Caldwell?
Yes.
Mohammed?
Yes.
Cosby?
Yes.
Councilman Roman? Blaine?
Yes.
Medina?
Yes.
Hickey?
Yes.
Yemakaitis?
Yes.
Mr. Strano?
Yes. Ordinance number 65-48.
An ordinance to amend and supplement Chapter 7 Traffic of an ordinance entitled, an ordinance adopting and enacting the revised general ordinances of the City of Linden, 1999, passed November 23rd, 1999, and approved November 24th, 1999, and as amended and supplemented. Be it ordained by the Council of the City of Linden that Section 1, Chapter 7 Traffic, Section 7-12 Parking Time Limited shall be and the same is hereby amended as follows. 7-12.1 Time Limit Parking. Delete Linden Avenue, both sides, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday, from Wood Avenue to Coolidge Street. West Linden Avenue, both sides, from 6 a.m. to 5 p.m. from Southwood Avenue to South Style Street. Add West Linden Avenue, north side, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Southwood Avenue to a point 430 feet east of the east curb line of South Style Street. Add West Linden Avenue, south side, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. for a point 141 feet west of the west curb line of Penn Place to a point 21 feet of east of Coolidge Street.
Is there a motion?
Council President Pro Tem, I'd like to make a motion to introduce ordinance 65-48 and ask for a second, please.
Second.
Orman?
Yes.
Javik?
Yes.
Caldwell?
Yes.
Mohammed?
Yes.
Cosby?
Yes.
Blaine?
Yes.
Medina?
Yes.
Hickey?
Yes.
Yemakaitis?
Yes.
Mr. Strano?
Yes. Ordinance number 65-49.
An ordinance to amend and supplement Chapter 7 Traffic of an ordinance entitled, an ordinance adopting and enacting the revised general ordinances of the City of Linden, 1999, passed November 23rd, 1999, and approved November 24th, 1999, and as amended and supplemented. Be it ordained by the Council of the City of Linden that Section 1, Chapter 7, Traffic, Section 7-11, Stopping and Standing Prohibited, shall be and the same is hereby amended as follows. 7-11.1, stopping or standing prohibited at all times. Add West Linden Avenue, south side, from the west curb line of Southwood Avenue to a point 141 feet west of the west curb line of Penn Place. And add West Linden Avenue, south side, from the east curb line of South Style Street to a point 21 feet east of the east curb line of Coolidge Street.
Is there a motion?
Yes, Council President Pro Tem, I'd like to make a motion to introduce ordinance 65-49 and ask for a second, please.
Second.
Ormond,
Yes.
Javik,
Yes.
Caldwell,
Yes.
Mohammed,
Yes.
Cosby,
Yes.
Blaine,
Yes.
Medina,
Yes.
Hickey,
Yes.
Yemakaitis,
Yes.
Mr. Strong.
Yes. Ordinance number 65-50.
An ordinance to amend Chapter 7, Traffic 7-47 entitled Super Walmart Retail Complex. Section 1, that Chapter 7, Section 47 of the City Code shall be and the same is hereby amended as follows. 7-47.1, applicability of statutory regulations shall be amended to reference Block 469, lots 38.05 and 38.06.
Is there a motion?
Yes, Council President Pro Tem, I'd like to make a motion to introduce ordinance 65-50 and ask for a second, please.
Second.
Ormond,
Yes.
Javik,
Yes.
Caldwell,
Yes.
Mohammed,
Yes.
Cosby, Councilwoman Cosby,
Yes, I had to find the mute button. It's weird.
Blaine,
Yes.
Medina,
Yes.
Hickey,
Yes.
Yemakaitis,
Yes.
Mr. Strano.
Yes. Ordinance number 65-51.
An ordinance to amend Chapter 7-35.3 entitled Parking Permit Parking in Municipal Lots. Section 1, that Chapter 7, Section 35.3 of the City Code shall be and the same is hereby amended as follows. E, fees. Fees for permit parking spaces will be $125 per calendar year for each space. For any permit obtained after January 31st of each year, the fee shall be $10.42 per month multiplied by the number of months remaining in the year.
Is there a motion for introduction?
Yes, Council President Pro Tem, I'd like to make a motion to introduce ordinance 65-51 and ask for a second, please.
Second.
Ormond,
Yes.
Javik,
Yes.
Caldwell,
Yes.
Mohammed,
Yes.
Cosby,
Yes.
Blaine,
Yes.
Medina,
Yes.
Hickey,
Yes.
Yemakaitis,
Yes.
Mr. Strano.
Yes. Ordinance number 65-52.
An ordinance amending the redevelopment plan for the St. George's Avenue redevelopment area, Phase 2.
Is there a motion for introduction?
Yes, Council President, I'd like to make a motion to introduce ordinance 65-52 and ask for a second, please.
Second.
Ormond,
Yes.
Javik,
Yes.
Caldwell,
Yes.
Mohammed, Councilman Mohammed,
Yes.
Cosby,
Yes.
Blaine,
Yes.
Medina, Councilman Medina,
Yes.
Hickey,
Yes.
Yemakaitis,
Yes.
Mr. Strano.
Yes. Ordinance number 65-53.
An ordinance adopting the redevelopment plan entitled Redevelopment Plan Block 288 Lots 3, 4.01, 40.02, 8.01, 9, 10, and 12. Block 321 Lots 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, West Elizabeth Avenue, pursuant to the local redevelopment and housing law, NJSA 40A:12A-1 at sequence.
Do we have a motion for introduction?
Yes, Council President Pro Tem, I'd like to make the motion to introduce ordinance 65-53 and ask for a second, please.
Second.
Ormond,
Yes.
Javik, bless you, Caldwell,
Yes.
Mohammed,
Yes.
Cosby,
No.
Blaine,
Yes.
Medina,
Yes.
Hickey.
Yes.
Yamakitis. Yes. Mr. Strano.
Yes. Okay, at this time, we're going to go into comments from members of the public in attendance on city business only. There's no personal, political, or derogatory comments, not to exceed 3 minutes. Note that members of the public who may be attending are on mute until the public comment portion of the meeting. If you wish to be recognized, please use the raised hand icon in the program to identify yourself. You will then give your name and address as at any council meeting. Failure to do so will result in your being muted and not recognized further. If you are registered more than once, you will only be recognized to speak one time under your first registration, as with any council meeting. When public comment is open, the ability to register will be closed. Seeing that we have, I see a raised hand for Ed Kaminsky. I'm recognizing you, sir.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you and good evening, everybody. Just wanted to start out by thanking the DPW workers and certainly.
Ed, I have to interrupt you. Give your name and address, please.
Oh, I'm sorry. Ed Kaminsky, Maple Avenue, 201 Maple Avenue.
Thank you.
Third Ward. So yes, thank you, DPW workers and other departments involved after the storm of last month. I know it was definitely challenging, but I guess, you know, I guess I'll look at my councilwoman, third ward, or if the head of the DPW is there to address when our stuff is going to be picked up. You know, it's contaminated. It's been sitting out there now 7 weeks. I get that it was busy. Maybe it's also, you know, this governing body looking at the priorities and getting them straight. I drive through other towns, and I see that the stuff is picked up, and my stuff is still here. So during this time since Ida, I count 5 out of the 6 weeks that there was festivals or something going on downtown. That's a lot of manpower. That's a lot of folks there that maybe, again, could have been helping the DPW or have those DPW folks refocused on really helping the neighborhoods get back, get back up and running. And again, with the Halloween parade coming up this week, and my street being a main thoroughfare to other neighborhoods, it's just a lot of trash still here, which after 7 weeks, as you can imagine, starts to get tossed around, animals and other things. So I definitely am looking forward to an answer there. There were stickers or signs put up over the last couple of weeks that no parking, because there will be a trash pickup, but unfortunately it never materialized. So, you know, again, looking for answers there, and looking more importantly for the city to really prioritize properly out there. Speaking of the festivals as well, I like to go down and attend them as well. One thing that stood out, you know, I'm hoping folks, we can get more Linden businesses and promote more Linden businesses there. And folks, I talked to a lot of, everybody was nice, but at the end of the day, I think priority should be given to Linden businesses and Linden residents, in a lot of the, that are vendors there. You know, it was shockingly, you know, I was shocked that, you know, in some cases that there wasn't more, or very, very little. Of course, I'll close out. Last thing, you know, safety. We talked about safety. We talked about parked cars seeming like every month and locking doors there. And I think last month somebody went after the police, you know, on the dais and made a, you know, an eye-raising comment. But got to remember that there's still, obviously, I think I heard today, 8 policemen are going to, police folks are going to be hired. So a little short staff there. And, you know, we have continued crime and shootings. I mean, just right here, blocks away over the last couple of weeks, several shootings. So I think, again, we have to prioritize. We need definitely traffic safety. But I would just suggest that folks, and, you know, obviously, you know, maybe there's more behind the scenes I don't know about, but I would suggest that the council folks that do take those kind of positions at least make the effort to speak to Chief Hart and the other folks and work in a collaborative manner. I think it behooves us and it's best for us all. Thank you.
Thank you, Ed. Councilwoman Caldwell, you have your hand up, but this is for the public speaking portion of the meeting. We will recognize you later on. And we'll also have our Dave Martinez, I believe, is on one of our panels at the end of public comment. I'll have him reply to you, Ed. Albert Papp, recognizing you.
Yes, good evening. My name is Albert Papp. I live at 110 East Blanky Street, Linden. And the reason I'm attending the meeting, I was urged to by Councilman Medina, whom was very nice to me when I spoke to him Sunday evening. I called him after 9 o'clock at night because I was having a lot of dilemma at my home related to this Unity event. I actually, at one point I had to leave my home because the volume of the sound system that this vendor was employing, specifically the bass, was so loud that the walls of my home were shaking. The windows in my home were rattling. Actually, ornaments my wife had attached to the windows even fell off on some of them. And it was very upsetting. I wouldn't want anyone to endure what I went through that day. My pet dog was shaking. You know, the music started about 10:45. It was tolerable, but it progressed to get louder and louder. And, you know, midway through the giant football game I was trying to watch, it just was unbearable. Then I emailed the mayor. And then I couldn't take it anymore. I even put rifle range earphones on to try to block it out, but the pounding, it was just relentless, boom, boom. And I couldn't take it. I had to leave, and I went a mile away and parked in my mechanic's parking lot to get some silence for a bit. And then went to my wife's place of employment, Aviation Plaza, and waited till she got out of work. And didn't return until 9 o'clock because that's when the police dispatcher said it was going to end. But then it changed to 10. And that's when I called Councilman Medina, was explaining what was going on. And I think he helped because I did hear the mayor issue some closing remarks at 9:40. So it ended 20 minutes earlier. Then the police came and took my report. But, you know, this is the 6th year they've had this event. And they use, the flyer even says, you know, they have enhanced sound systems. And, you know, those systems are really for a real large type of event. You know, this wasn't the Rolling Stones where we got 1 million people attending. You're going to have people sitting a mile away to hear the sound. Yeah, maybe a few hundred people at best, you know, in a small parking lot here, 200 feet from my house. And my house is the single closest residential house, and I'm bearing the brunt of this. There's no sound barrier. The apartment buildings to my left are made of brick, and my house is not of brick. It was just very, very traumatic. It affected my health. Even now, talking about it, my heart is kind of racing. I wouldn't want anyone to endure that. And the mayor did address it in an email. He said, you're going to move it to the Wood Avenue. So I just urge that, you know, if they're going to, you know, hire any vendor, you know, this one or anyone, the city council, you know, make sure they have a contract that, you know, kind of spells out, you know, how loud they could play their music, specifically the bass. Because to me, that's definitting. It was, I don't know how people could hear it after being there for hours.
Mr. Pat, Mr. Pat, your time is elapsed. But I feel your pain. Believe me, I live near the park in Tremley Point, and that is one way to ruin your tranquility and quality of life. I'm sure that the mayor will address that in the future. Like you said, move it to a different location where, people won't be impacted in such a way. Thank you for your comments, though.
Thank you. Have a good evening.
Okay. Mr. Antonelli, I see you got your hand up.
Yeah, just quickly, thank you, Councilman Strano. The mayor did respond to Mr. Pap and indicated that next year the speakers will be facing in the opposite direction. So hopefully that will eliminate the problem in the future.
Yeah, we might have to, like he said, we may have to relocate. That's, in the middle of the city. That's a little tough. I feel Mr. Pap's pain. Okay, I don't see anybody else that has their hand up. So at this time, we're going to conclude the public comments portion of the meeting. Now I'm going to ask.
I'll make a motion to conclude the public portion of the meeting.
Thank you. We need a second.
Second.
Ormond,
Yes.
Javik,
Yes.
Caldwell,
Yes.
Mohammed,
Yes.
Cosby,
Yes.
Blaine,
Yes.
Medina,
Yes.
Hickey,
Yes.
Yamakaitis,
Yes.
Mr. Strano.
Yes. You see Mayor Armstead, you have your hand up?
Yes, I just wanted to respond to Mr. Papp, and of course, I already did respond to him via email. We are looking at moving the function out to Wood Avenue next year versus having it in the parking lot behind CVS because of the complaints that we received. And we do realize it does adversely affect those homes that are right there. We feel like if we have it on Wood Avenue, at least the buildings that are on Wood Avenue will kind of like buffer the sounds going back into the community. So his complaint did not go unnoticed, and we're going to try to address it as best we can. Also, just want to remind everybody, this event it's a one day a year, and unfortunately we had to have it on Sunday because of the weather conditions and rain dates and rescheduling. So we had to have it on that Sunday. And again, the ideal day to have it is on a Saturday. Most people, can sleep in the next day later. It was scheduled to go until 10 o'clock that evening. And at some point, when the police department came and mentioned to me that we were receiving complaints, I went over and told them that I think it would be in the best interest if we shut it down when we did. So yes, your concerns don't fall on deaf ears here in Linden. We try to do what we can to address problems and to try to fix them and make things better, for the next time. So just wanted to make that known. Also, I didn't know that we hadn't taken care of Price Street. I will be working with DPW tomorrow to make sure that is taken care of. I didn't see a terrible amount. I didn't see a lot of stuff on Maple Avenue, but I will drive through when I leave the meeting tonight to look at Maple Avenue and see what's there as well. But I didn't see a lot of stuff on Maple Avenue. And one of the things that we had to deal with on some of these streets is that people were constantly putting stuff out. So that created a problem in which DPW may have gone through, collected garbage, and then people put garbage out again, and it looks like it hasn't been addressed. And I do know that I saw stuff on Maple Avenue, and I saw stuff removed. So I don't know, I'm not going to say that DPW hasn't done their due diligence in removing trash on Maple Avenue. So
Hey, Mayor, I'm trying to stay with the schedule on the agenda. And I see that Armando Medina's has his hand up, but we'll get to the the council people's reports. Well, I'll recognize at that point in time. Right now, I think I want to have Dave. Is Dave Martinez available?
Yeah, Ralph, I'm here, present.
Dave, I know we discussed this in our Department of Community Services meeting as to when you expect to have completed the cleanup for Ida. Did you like 2 weeks?
No, Price Street is posted for tomorrow. We've posted it twice in the past. and we ran into parking issues there. We don't want to tow anybody's car, but maybe we can get some more cooperation tomorrow to have these cars moved. There's probably about 6 or 7 stops there that we will try again tomorrow to get, and we'll get the police out there to see if we can get their addresses to have these cars moved tomorrow morning first thing.
Yeah, and when do you think you would have the city completely picked up if it hasn't been already?
That, from what I understand, that block of Price Street from 300, about middle of the block to Maple, is the only thing left that we haven't picked. So we will be there tomorrow morning. It's posted for tomorrow morning. If he looks outside, he'll see the signs.
Okay, so the residents have to know that we have done a citywide cleanup, and whatever's out there was put out post the day that we were out there to pick it up. Thanks, Dave. Moving on, go to comments from the members of the governing body. You have 1 minute. If anyone has any comments, no one's to be recognized, move on. All right, let's go with the, I'm just reading off the script here. Do we have council people that want to speak? I just see Armando Medina and Caldwell. I see Javik. All right, Armando, go ahead.
Yeah, real quick, Council President Pro Tem, I failed to mention, just congratulate the Chief Haskell on his permanent assignment. Look forward to continuing working with you. And also just want to congratulate Arlene, our city nurse, on her retirement. She's a neighbor here as well. And also wish Stephanie Kroback well on her future, on her next move in life. So I just wanted to point that out. And I also want to thank Mr. Papp for reaching out to the mayor. I did speak with him that evening. I did not get a hold of the mayor that evening, but I think he was already aware of the situation. So I thank the mayor for that. And I thank you, sir, for reaching out to the mayor's office. At the end of the day, we want to work together and address whatever concern that there is for the future. So that's basically it. Thank you, Council President Pro Tem. Good night, everyone.
Thank you, Armando. Councilwoman Caldwell.
Thank you, Council President Pro Tem. I just want to let my neighbors in the 3rd Ward know that I have been riding around and I've been working with Mr. Martinez, and the issue has been that no one wants to remove their cars, and I requested that they don't have their cars towed. So that's why the trash hasn't been removed on Price Street. It's not that we weren't trying to be proactive. It was because people are not looking at the signs. They keep on parking on Price Street. I want to congratulate Chief Haskell and remind everyone that the Halloween parade is on Sunday. Thank you, Council President Pro Tem.
Thank you, Councilwoman Caldwell. Councilman Javik.
Yes, I'd like to just say congratulations to Chief Haskell on his permanent appointment, and well deserved. Thank you.
Thank you. I would also like to congratulate Chief Haskell and also our retired nurses for their services. At this time, I believe that we're going to entertain a motion. But, oh, geez. You know, and at this time, I'd like to let the public know as well that we're getting really close to getting back into City Hall for the council meetings. The last, we have one issue with a fire detection system that we're waiting, again, is one of those things we're waiting for parts to come in. But according to Department of Community Services, it looks like we may have our reorganization meeting back in the council chambers. So I know it's been a long haul, but that fire really set us back on top of the COVID. So the next council meeting will be as follows. The council conference meeting will be Monday, November 8th of 2021 at 6 p.m. in the council conference room, City Hall. The meeting will be held virtually. The council conference meeting prior to the council meeting will be Tuesday, November 9th, 2021 at 6 p.m. in the council conference room, City Hall, 301 Northwood Avenue. Meeting will be held virtually. Council meeting Tuesday, November 9th, 2021 at 7 p.m. in the council chambers of City Hall, 301 Northwood Avenue. And that meeting will be held virtually. Please check the city website at linden-nj.gov for directions on how to participate electronically in these meetings and for copies of the agenda. I'm going to ask for a motion to adjourn.
Make a motion to adjourn?
Second.
Roll call, please.
Ormond?
Yes.
Javik?
Yes.
Caldwell?
Yes.
Mohammed?
Yes.
Cosby? Councilwoman Cosby? Lane?
Yes.
Medina?
Yes.
Icky?
Yes.
Yemakaitis?
Yes.
Mr. Strano?
Yes, and thank you, everyone. Have a good night.
Have a good night, everyone.
Good night. Good night.
Good night.